Hello, Dome Dwellers. How's it going? So today I'm continuing on in what is a permit and what's inside each permit package and what the counties may need. So I've talked about a few things so far. I've talked about architectural plans and what those mean, structural plans, what those mean, becoming your own owner builder, and those types of things. So today what we're talking about is zoning. And in a second, I'm going to go ahead and talk about in the same video septic, because actually they're kind of closely tied. Because you see, zoning doesn't just tell you, the zoning is about, rather, primarily about, are you agricultural, are you residential, are you commercial, are you something in between or nothing. Also though, zoning tells us where you're at, where your boundaries are, compared to your neighbors, if you do have neighbors, and making sure that you don't put fences where you're not supposed to put them, don't build your house where you're not supposed to put them, and in this regard, also where you're putting your house compared to where you're putting your water supply, compared to where you're putting your septic system. All those things matter. So we are having to give them this information so that way they can go, oh, you know what, you're too close to a water boundary. Your septic is too close to your house. Your fence is too close to your neighbors. These types of things. Now, also, they want to deal with what's called setbacks. Setbacks deal with what the county believes is theirs versus the access that they have. And it's an ongoing fight. There's another battle between you and the municipalities, right? Because you say, I just bought 5 acres, but in reality, you've got 4.6 acres, because they take away a little slice of each side because they say, oh, we need to be able to get in with tremors, and we need to be able to get in to deal with power lines or water lines or whatever the case may be. So your land is not your land. Keep that in mind. Also keep in mind that your land may not be your land. This is kind of a separate subject, but if you don't get mineral rights, you could live on top of the land, but everything underneath is somebody else's. So if they find oil, they find gold, silver, whatever the case may be, you have zero rights to it because you don't have mineral rights. They do that a lot in Colorado, I know. Here in Florida, they don't do so much of it, but pay attention to your contracts, okay? All right, so that's what zoning is about. So it's a couple fold. And again, it's about, am I zoned agricultural, residential, commercial? So if I'm not zoned commercial, I won't be able to run a business there. If I'm not zoned agricultural, I won't be able to do a farm there. So you gotta watch how you do these things. Now I am zoned agricultural and residential. So it means I can farm and I can have a household as well. So that's the first piece. Now I told you I was going to talk about septic because they're closely tied together. And the reason they are is because of all those setbacks and the attention that zoning pays to where you're placing everything. You see, your septic system has to be far enough away from your water supply, your house, your neighbor's home, and municipality water supplies, because septic, of course, is urine, feces, these types of things. And you don't want that stuff intermingled with everything else, anything else for that matter. So before I can get the septic permit application complete, I needed to get the zoning complete, because zoning need to say, yes, this is in a great place. And then septic goes, oh, okay, thank you, zoning. We're going to look at it a second time and agree or disagree that the septic system is in the right place. Now, each one of these permits may or may not cost you money. They may be built inside of the permit system for your county. Out of these two, they were not. I have to pay extra fees for both the zoning and the septic, in addition to the county fees and the state fees. So you got to love that. So again, that's zoning application and septic application. And I talked about both of those in today's video. If you have any question about those things, please let me know. These are things that you may or may not have to deal with, and it really depends on, guys, if you buy a cookie cutter home already built and already established, or if you're buying and building a brand new home, right? So anyway, if you have any questions, again, do them below. May your next home be a dome home. Peace out.